News from around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective. On Unity.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. Today is Thursday, the 2nd of February 2023, and it's equivalent to 11th of Rajab 1444 after Hijrah. The headlines: Aisha Buhari endorses El-Rufai's claim on gang up against Tinubu. Court grants Kanu's arrest for medical care. Pastor fakes obituary to avoid 3 million naira debt repayment. And on the foreign scene, U.S. authorities said Biden beach home in Delaware lawyer. And in sports, Saudi Arabia wins bid to host 2027 Asian Cup. And those were the headlines. And for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Aisha, the wife of President Muhammadu Buhari, has endorsed the video of Kaduna Governor Nasir El-Rufai accusing elements in the presidential villa of working against All Progressives Congress APC presidential candidate Asuwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. El-Rufai said the saboteurs in Aso Rock were those whose candidate lost at the party's presidential primary and are still bitter. Aisha uploaded the video on Instagram on Wednesday, hours after El-Rufai spoke on Channels Television's Sunrise Daily program. The president's wife, who also leads Tinubu's women campaign train, captioned the post, #Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. El-Rufai said the unnamed people are now hiding behind President Buhari to pursue their interests. The federal government on Wednesday said it was not officially aware of any entity in the presidential villa working against the victory of the All Progressives Congress flag bearer Bola Tinubu. The Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, who disclosed this to State House correspondents after this week's Presidential Executive Council meeting chaired by the President of the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja, said that President Muhammadu Buhari was neither favoring nor disfavoring any presidential candidate ahead of the February 25 election. Unity FM reports that the Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai alleged that some elements in Aso Rock are working against Tinubu's emergence as president. He cited the Naira redesign policy and petrol subsidy as few of several schemes targeted at the APC presidential candidate. Tinubu, who also made a similar claim a week earlier, but failed in a question on the issue on Wednesday, Mohammed argued that the Buhari-led government have been fair to all candidates regardless of party affiliations. Speaking in Ogun State last Wednesday, the APC presidential candidate alleged plans to sabotage the coming election. Tinubu cited the Naira redesign policy by the Central Bank of Nigeria and the lingering fuel crisis, and as part of plots to thwart the polls and his expected victory. The Supreme Court has adjourned till February 6 for judgment on the dispute over the actual candidates of the All Progressives Congress APC in Yobe North Senatorial District in the forthcoming election. The Senate President Ibrahim Lawal and Bashir Sharif Machina are each laying claim to being the party's candidate. A 5-member panel of the court, presided over by Justice Sentius Mweze, chose the date after taking arguments from lawyers to the APC and Machina. The appeal filed by the APC is against the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which affirmed an earlier judgment of the Federal High Court affirming Machina as a party's candidate. Lawyer to the APC, Sep Pribu Peters, claimed that the primary election conducted on May 27, 2002, won Machina is unlawful on the grounds that it was conducted by unlawful people. Peters stated that the other primary election conducted on June 6, from which Lawal emerged as the winner, was the lawful election conducted by the party. Machina's lawyer Sarafa Yusuf prayed to the court to dismiss the appeal on the grounds that it is frivolous and baseless. He prayed the court to affirm Machina as the APC's actual candidate. The Supreme Court has nullified the nomination of Emmanuel Buacha, the All Progressives Congress governorship candidate in Taraba State. Delivering judgment on Wednesday, a 5-member panel led by Kudirat Kekere Ekun affirmed the verdict of the Federal High Court, which held that the APC did not conduct any valid governorship primary in the state. The cable reports it was gathered that the Federal High Court, Jalingo, in September 2002, nullified the governorship primary that produced Buacha as the APC candidate. After the judgment, the Buacha gubernatorial campaign council urged supporters and the public to remain calm. In a statement issued in Jalingo by the Director of Media and Publicity of the campaign council, Aaron Aritmas, the team described the judgment then as a temporary setback. Senator Ibikunle Amosun of Ogun Central on Thursday led chieftains of the African Democratic Congress ADC to flag off the party's governorship campaign. The All Progressives Congress APC Center, who openly campaigned for ADC and its governorship candidate, Barrister B.U. Otegbeyi, lamented that the state has derailed under the watch of Governor Dapo Abiodun. He said Otegbeyi, an insurance guru, will continue the laudable legacies he left behind the state. Amosun said campaigning for ADC was not about him but the future of Ogun State, urging the people to vote Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for president and B.U. Otegbeyi for governor in Ogun State. On arrival at the campaign at the Ake Palace ground, Amosun led the ADC party chieftains to pay homage to Alake of Egbaland, Oba Adedotun Gbadebo. The Federal High Court in Abuja has granted the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Pope Nnamdi Kanu, the permission to apply for an order of mandamus to compel the Department of State Services to allow him to have unfettered access to medical care. In the suit, Kanu, through his legal team led by Mark Ezekome and Ifeanyi Ejiofor, said he needed an independent medical examination to ascertain his health condition. After hearing an ex parte application filed by the IPOP leader, Justice Binta Nyako directed Kanu's legal team to serve all the relevant processes on both the DSS and its Director General, who were cited as first and second respondents, respectively, in the matter. A pastor in Ondo State, Paul Oyewole, has been accused of publishing and posting his own obituary on the social media platform WhatsApp in a bid to avoid repaying a 3 million naira debt owed to a church member. The 43-year-old pastor was arraigned at the Chief Magistrate Court, Ondo Town, Ondo, on charges of fraudulently obtaining 3 million naira from one Boyede Emmanuel with a promise to pay back the money within 7 days, a promise he failed to fulfill. Reports Vanguard on Wednesday, police prosecutor Akao Moremi informed the court that the defendant forcefully published his obituary on WhatsApp after he had sent a fake bank alert. He was also said to have threatened the complainant on phone with the intent to intimidate him and also conduct himself in a manner likely to cause a breach of the peace by stripping himself naked in front of the house of the complainant. Oyewole has pleaded not guilty to the charges. He was granted 1 million naira bail with 2 sureties in like sum. And on the foreign scene, federal law enforcement in the United States began a search Tuesday of President Joe Biden's beach house in Delaware, his lawyer said, in the later stage of an operation to track down improperly stored classified documents. The search in Rehoboth, which Attorney Bob Boer said was done with the president's full support and cooperation, followed similar searches that turned up small numbers of documents in Biden's home in Wilmington and a former office space in Washington, D.C. The first secret documents turned up in Joe Biden's former private office and home back in November, but it was January before the White House publicly admitted the embarrassing discovery under pressure from a steadily drip of media revelations. Since then, searchers of the president's home have uncovered several more sets of classified files in a snowballing affair, threatening to overshadow the Democrats' expected announcement that he will seek a second term in 2024. And in sports, Saudi Arabia has won a bid to host the 2027 Asian Cup, the Asian Football Confederation AFC said on Wednesday. The Kingdom's Sports Minister Prince Abdulaziz bin Turki Al Faisal made the announcement at the AFC Congress in the Bahraini capital of Manama. Saudi Arabia was the sole bidder after India withdrew in December. The world's biggest oil exporter, Saudi Arabia, has thrown hundreds of millions at sports deals, including the acquisition of Cristiano Ronaldo, Formula One in Jeddah, and the lucrative LIV Golf Tour. In the coming years, the Saudis, who watch as neighbors Qatar hosted the World Cup in November and December, will hold the Women's Asian Cup, the Olympic-sized Asian Games, and even the Asian Winter Games on artificial snow. The Desert Kingdom is also eyeing a World Cup and Summer Olympics, perhaps even a Winter Olympics, together with a swathe of other major events. It is also part of grand plans by the de facto ruler, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, to modernize the Saudi economy and end its reliance on oil before the world moves on to other fuels. With the story, we've come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Unity Radio FM TV, respectively. My name is Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our program.
Unity.